Okay, good evening, everyone. I'm Linda Green from Florida. Tonight we're going to talk about situations where our honors are overrated, Doubleton honors. We've got to start discounting Jack Doubleton, Queen Doubleton, Queen Jack Doubleton. All of us are so point count orientated, and they don't realize that those cards are swallowed up by aces and kings. So everybody gets point count happy. And also, you've got to listen to the bidding. If there's any bidding and they're sitting over you, your hand is not as good as it was if they hadn't bid those suits. So we're going to share the screen. I'm going to share the screen with you in a moment. And as soon as I can get this online, I will get a few. I've got everything ready. I'm just going to share it with you in a moment. Just 1 second. We'll get back together. There we go. All right, so we're going to share the screen and have a look at hand number 2. Hand number 2. And if there are any questions before we play, you must ask me, especially about the bidding. All right, so looking at hand number 2, the dealer is East. And East is going to open the hand, 1 spade. Six card suit. Pass by South. 1 no trump is a point count. I don't think you can make a bid at the 2 level because you don't have 11 or more high card points. So 1 no trump is just a point count. You can have a void in partner suit, but 1 no trump just says to partner, I've got 6 to 10, and it means nothing about spades. It goes past by North, and now East is going to bid 2 spades to show a 6 card suit. Now, what I want to emphasize is that if West had a singleton spade, you must pass 2 spades. But under the circumstances, you have your own 7 card suit, and having a void in spades, you want to make a drop dead bid. And the only drop dead bid you can make is to bid 3 clubs. Now, this is called the rule of 6. And I'm going to talk about the rule of 6. And many people don't know when to stop bidding. They just don't understand that. When your partner bid 1 no, partner gave you a limited hand of 6 to 10. When you bid your own suit and now partner comes in with her own suit, she's telling you whether you had bid 2 suits or 1 suit, please leave me in my own 6 or 7 card suit. And that is a drop dead bid. It's called the rule of 6. I've heard you, partner. I couldn't bid at the 2 level. I don't have the high card points, but please leave me in my suit. I wonder how many of you played in 3 clubs and did not leave partner in 2 spades opposite a void. We cannot upgrade our hand to bid at the 2 level because having a void devalues your hand completely. When you're void in partner's suit, your whole hand collapses. And they're going to make the lead of the 9 of hearts, top of a sequence of an unbid suit as well. Can you please let me know if anybody has any questions before we proceed? Are there any questions, everybody? No? Nothing? Okay. All right, so looking at this hand, the hand we're going to set up, because remember, when we play bridge, 1 hand becomes the master hand. And the master hand is the one with the 7 card club suit. So in the club suit, if we look at dummy, we have 2 losers, the ace and the king, provided they break favorably. In the heart suit, we have none. But in the diamond suit, we are looking at 3 losers. And when we look at that dummy's got 2. If we can eliminate and trump a diamond with the short trumps in dummy, we'll be much better off, because now all we're going to lose is 2 diamonds and 2 clubs. But the opponent should be aware when they see short suits in the dummy. It's going to go King of Hearts. And why did we play the King of Hearts? Okay, you can drop the queen just to pretend you had ace, queen, bear or something. And now you're going to play the Queen of Diamonds. And you're not going to cover, because it's a known fact that when you see the card behind it, you only cover the second time, not the first time. So you're going to play low, and partner's going to win the ace. And now partner should be aware immediately that you're not interested in hearts. You're looking at the ace of spades. You need to play a trump away from the king 9. And I know it's very hard to play a trump, but you've got to. You've got to try and stop the roughing. And they'll play low, and the ace will take. Now, they need to play another trump, but unfortunately, they don't have any more. How are they going to find partner in order to take away that other trump? Well, they could take the King of Diamonds to be sure they're making it, and then come a spade. Hopefully, partner could exit a trump. But it's not going to happen. You'll cash your King of Diamonds. And now you're going to try a spade. Just try it. And they're going to rough it. Well, that was very nice and very pretty. Now you take your 9 of diamonds and you trump it with the Jack of clubs. We rough with the short trumps in dummy. And that is what we need to do. We're setting up the west hand. Now, we know they've got no spades, so let's play a heart. Take the ace. And don't play the queen of clubs. Play the 10 of clubs. Sometimes they don't take the king. Sometimes they don't do that. You never know what they're going to do. What happened to the screen? We were sharing the screen. It just went. I'm still sharing with you. I don't know what happened to BBO. BBO? Let me see what's happened here. I'm on the internet. Something happened to BBO. So let's just see if we can. We're still sharing. I don't want to leave the table. Let's just see what happens. The internet is still going. And I'm still sharing. All right, let's try one more. We'll have to stop sharing and see if I can pick it up again. Something went wrong. I'm on the internet. I have no problem with the internet. So let me see if I can pick up BBO again and get back with you. BBO is still on, and I'm still not getting there. So let me try again. We'll just do it one more time. Don't know what happened. It just went off. No reason whatsoever. Okay, so just bear with me, everybody. If you've got any questions, please ask me while I'm loading. Are there any questions, please? Are there any questions? Okay, no one's asking me questions. All right, I'm getting back on the hands. I don't know what happened to BBO. But we'll just carry on. There we go. So we'll go back to number 2. And I'll share it with you again. I don't know what happened. All right, so let's see how we go here. It just went dead. All right. So let's see, we're sharing the screen. All right, we're back on track. Okay, so everybody can see the hand. I can take you back to where we were. And just put in the final contract. The bidding had gone 1 spade. For those who might have come in late, it went pass. It went 1 no trump, a point count, nothing more, 6 to 10. Win 2 spades by East. I've got a 6-card suit partner. And now you bid 3 clubs, the rule of 6. And that's where you want to play. So we got the lead of the 9 of hearts and we won the king. And after winning the king, we felt we had to start roughing these diamonds. We've got 3 diamond losers. So we played the queen and you should not cover. Not when you see the jack. You've got 5. You should not cover. You only cover the second time. And now they come back a club and you play low. And you take the ace and you're trying to get back to partner to play another one. The heart's definitely not going to work. So you try a spade. And that didn't work either. So we're back at square one again. And now we're very happy because we can now play. Oh, we didn't play another diamond. Okay, we'll play another diamond. I don't think we did it before, but it didn't matter. And they still can't get back to their partner. So you're going to take the ace of hearts. And you're going to rough that diamond. And that will give you the right timing to rough that loser with the short trumps in dummy. You can rough a spade, or you can play back a heart. Everyone's got hearts. It's up to you what you wish to do. And now you'll play the 10 of clubs. And that's where we left off. They'll take the king. And any other card they play back, the rest are yours, everybody. And you make 3 clubs. Are there any questions on this hand? Any question on this hand? I'm looking in the chat.
Linda,
No one?
when you say the rule of 6,
Yes.
you mean 6 what? 6 clubs?
I have 6 of my own suit and I don't, 6 or 7 of my own suit and I don't care what you hold. I want to play in my suit.
Okay.
It's called the rule of 6.
Okay.
It says, partner, I've heard you, especially if you put 2 suits. And partner's guaranteed to have their own 6 or 7 card suit. But you can never have a Doubleton in your partner's suit. If you have 2 spades, you pass.
Okay.
It's only when you, or a singleton if partner shows 6 spades. If partner shows 5 spades and 4 diamonds, you will still bid your club suit if you have a singleton. But when she shows 6 and you have a singleton, I would get out immediately. But on this hand, you bid the clubs to show that you much prefer to play in your own 6-card suit. That's called the rule of 6. There are notes on the rule of 6. I've done it in the past. You can pick it up in the videos. And there should be notes on my rule of 6. I want everyone to please learn it, okay? All right, so we're going to get on to hand number 3. I'm just going to look at how many points we have. Right, we're going to open a diamond on this hand. 1 diamond. And now what does the left hand do? Well, let's talk about the left hand. And this really bothers me a lot. There are many hands where you have got to learn to pass. Even if you do not have, you haven't got the point count. You've got too many diamonds in your hand and you do not have an honor in the heart suit. To double a diamond, you need at least an ace, king, or queen in the heart suit to make a takeout double. And you should never have 4 diamonds. You show that you're short. So you're forced to pass with 13 points. You have no choice, everybody. You must pass. I've passed many hands with 14 points. Now, we do not have enough points to bid at the 2 level. The Queen Jack of Hearts, as I've said before, are gobbled up with the ace and the king. So that takes you down to 5 points, but you have to bid. So you're going to bid your 4-card major up the ladder. One bid only. And now it's up to your partner what your partner's going to bid. Your partner's rebid. Partner's rebid is what you want to listen to, and partner will now rebid 1 no trump. 1 no trump is a point count. Partner, I have 12 to 14 points, and I have a no trump shape, and that's what you have. A 4-4-3-2 is called a no trump shape. So it is up to you to know that when it goes 1 no trump, you pass. And now North cannot bid again, because if you add up North's points and add up the South hand for 12, we have not got enough points for a game. So let's just get out as fast as we can and devalue that Queen Jack of Hearts. It's not worth anything. The next thing you have to devalue is a singleton in partner suit. That's not an asset either. And now you're playing in 1 no trump. Well, there are 2 suits to lead. We either lead a heart, unbid suit, or we lead a club. Well, we can't lead a club from ace, queen, 10. It's out of the question because we don't know that declarer hasn't got the king and the jack. So the only unbid suit is hearts. And I play the middle card. It's called mud, the 6. Middle, then the 7, up, and then the 3 down. That's why it's called mud. Middle card, upper card, down card, mud. And that's why we leave the heart. It goes Queen of Hearts. And do you cover or don't you? Now, when you see the 10 and the 9 in the dummy, one of the rules is never to cover the first time, but to cover the second time. And that gives you a nice tempo to try and do a diamond finesse. And it still leaves you with an entry in your hand. But some people do cover, which would make it much harder for you. Because if they did cover and you took the ace, you've got no entry for your diamond suit. And now you've got to struggle along. And what will you do to get to dummy? 1, you can't play the heart. Keep it. Keep your winners. Dig up your treasures. So your only hope is the ace of clubs is under the king and not over the king. So you lead a club. Not the jack. You don't have the 10. Lead a little club. Second hand low. And put up the king and pray. Wow, we helped. That's something. So far now, we have 2 tricks. Our heart is 3, and we need 3 diamonds or 6, and I can never see another trick coming if I stand on my head. Let's try the diamond and pray. Let's do a finesse of the queen. Put in the jack. It worked. Well, your only hope to make the contract now is that the queen of diamonds drops. You're in your hand. Take your money and run, and let's hope we can do it. Clubs are dead. Now you pray that the Queen of Diamonds will drop, but it's not to be. All right, so now we've got 5 tricks in the bag. Our spades are hopeless, absolutely hopeless. So let's go back to the heart and call it a day. So you go down 1. It's not a train smash. You're not vulnerable. You now play the 7. You left the 6. You then play the 7 to tell partner you had 3 cards. High-low shows 2. If you played the 6 and then the 3, partner will take you for a Doubleton. But if you play the 6 and then the 7, partner knows you've got 1 more. It's called mud. Middle card, up card, down card. And you're not making another trick after that and you're going to go 1 down, everybody. You're definitely going -1. You cannot make the hand. Never can you make this hand. Are there any questions on the bidding, everyone? Any questions?
Linda,
Yes.
when we were playing, North got to, so it was one diamond south, west passed, one spade north, east passed, and then two hearts south.
You can't bid a new suit and skip over your own suit to show that your first suit is 5 and your second suit is 4. That is called a reverse. It promises 17 or more high card points. And this is called a no trump shape. Anytime you skip over your first suit, you guarantee 17 or more, 17 to 21 high card points, and you guarantee that your diamonds are longer than your hearts. So you cannot reverse the bidding.
So then west passed and then north bid 3 clubs.
Oh my gosh, that's fourth suit forcing, asking for a club stopper. And
Yeah.
you've got the stopper. So if partner had bid 2 hearts, I would have bid 3 no trump on the north hand to say, don't worry, partner, we've bid 3 suits. I've got the club stopper. I'll bid 3 no trump. 3 clubs asks a question.
That's what I thought. It asks a question about an ace, doesn't it?
It asks the question, do you have, tell me your shape. Are you 6-5? Or do you have 3 spades with me because I've got 5? And the last one is if you don't have shape and you don't have 3 spades with me, okay, do you have a club stopper? Well, you do have 3 spades with partner, so you're going to bid 2 spades over 2 clubs, 3 clubs. You're going to bid 3 spades.
Oh.
And this is going to get wild and woolly, and you're going to go down horribly on the hand, horribly, because there's no ways you're making anything on this hand. We've got to recognize a no trump shape, everybody. It is absolutely mandatory. We do not skip over our first suit when you don't have 17 or more points and shape. All right?
Okay, thank you.
It's called a reverse, and we're not reversing on that hand. All right. We can't make the hand. No matter what happens, we cannot make it. All right. Okay, so we got getting on to hand number 5. Hand number 5. The dealer is north, and north's going to open 1 heart. Pass by east. 1 spade by south. Up the bidding ladder. It can be 4 spades. It doesn't have to be 5. West must pass. We're not in the auction. And now north is going to bid 2 hearts. I've got a 6-card heart suit partner. And does south have another bid to make? Has south got another bid on the hand? All partner bid was 2 hearts to show a weak hand. And what should we do?
Pass.
Pass. We don't have enough points to make another bid. If we had 11, 12 points, we would bid 3 hearts. Invitational. We've got a 6-2 fit, and we could do that. But when your partner just bids 2 hearts to show a minimum hand, and you've got a minimum hand, you really don't have much in your hand, you get out now. There's no more bidding. And that's where the contract should be, in 2 hearts. And the lead will be obviously the jack of clubs, the top of a sequence. Let's look at the hand together. I hope all of you knew when to stop the train from running along the tracks. How many of you only played in 2 hearts? It's really important that we never bid again. You know, many people never stop bidding. I know. Well, you can't bid again. So now you get the lead of the jack of clubs, and you're hoping it's from king jack, 10. You must put up the queen. They cover with the king, and you win the ace. Well, now you've got a problem. A huge problem. Which is the master hand? The one with the long trumps. So we're looking at two club losers and we look at dummy. Well, we could trump one because we're in control of the heart suit. So we could trump a club. But we've got 3 diamond losers. And dummy can't help us. So what we do is we're going to look at the spade suit. And looking at the spade suit, the king of spades is a singleton and dummy's got the ace and the queen and we've got no entry. Let's get rid of a loser now. Play the king of spades. I know you hate to have to put up that ace, but you've got to put up that ace on your king because you want to get a discard. Use this queen now while you are in control and throw a diamond away. At least we got rid of one loser. Now we need to trump a club. So never throw away cards you can trump in the dummy. And this is a big mistake many players make. I've seen it happen all the time. Now we play a club. Okay? And they can't come. A heart. From the king, it's impossible. They can't touch hearts. So what are they going to play? The ace and another diamond. They saw you throw a diamond away. And they're going to play another one. And you're going to win the 10. And now you're going to come back the king of diamonds because you know that the partner's got no more diamonds. And what are you going to trump it with? You've got the ace, the jack, the 10, the 9, the 8, and the 7. You trump it with the jack. And they shouldn't over-trump you. They make it too easy. Their king's always going to be a trick. Because that way, you're giving part of the chance to finesse the queen. If that king is always a trick, why would you rush in with that king? I'll show you how easy it is if you do that. You over-ruff with the king. Okay. And what are you going to come back? The 10 of clubs? They ruff it. Okay? They've got the 8 of clubs as a loser. Now they've only got one trump in the dummy. So that makes it a little bit easier to finesse the heart. We're playing for split honors. And hopefully the queen comes down. The queen's not going to come down. So you're going to lose another heart trick. Nothing you can do about it. And now you'll lose the queen of hearts. And give them the 7 of hearts. And now you make 2 hearts. The rest are yours. But if you do not over-ruff with that king of hearts, and I undo it, it makes it that much harder for them to handle it. I don't want you to make life so easy for them. They just have the right tempo to carry on in their hand. If you've got a natural trump trick coming to you, you should never be in a hurry to over-ruff. I don't want you to do that. This is where you should not over-ruff the diamond. Okay, you can discard. So let's see what we can discard here. You can either discard a club or a spade, it doesn't matter. Okay, now they're in their hand. They're going to play the club and they're going to ruff it. Okay, and now they're going to finesse the heart and put in the 10. Now you take the king. All right, you must take it now. And now what are we going to exit with? Well, we don't want to play a club. Remember, we learned one important thing, even though there are no trumps in the dummy. We know we can play a spade. We have nothing to worry about. And they'll trump it. And now what's left in the hand? They're going to play the ace of hearts. Well, on this hand, it didn't really matter, but on other hands, it makes a huge difference. Not to rush in with that king of hearts. It'll always come to you. And you're still going to give them the hearts. And you're still making your contract, luckily. And that was the end of that. Are there any questions on the bidding, everybody? Any questions on the bidding? No?
No.
Okay. I will go on to the next hand, hand number 9, and then I'll go over some of the hands you'd like to go over. Let's look at hand number 9. We're going to pass with that hand, north. I'm just thinking, I don't think they can open. 5. I don't think east can open on this hand. So we're going to pass this hand as well, east. And we're going to pass south. But we are going to open the west hand. Now, how many of you play the rule of 15? How many of you have heard of the rule of 15? When you're not sure whether to open, you always add up your high card points and the length of the number of spades in your hand. And that only occurs in the 4th suit because spades, no one can outbid you in that suit. If you had hearts and diamonds and clubs, you shouldn't open if you don't have spades. So you're opening 1 spade. The rule of 15. You add up your high card points. We have 10. And you add up the number of spades in your hand, which is 5. That adds up to 15. That says you can open the bidding. But if you only had 2 spades, it wouldn't add up to 15, and therefore you'd be opening up for the opponents to find a spade contract. That is why everybody calls this the rule of 15. So it goes 1 spade, pass by north, and now I know that you have no spade fit, but you'd like to tell partner that you have 10 or more points and you've got a 5-card diamond suit. You've got 2 choices. You're either going to bid 1 no trump or you're going to bid 2 diamonds to show 10 points. So you most probably will bid 2 diamonds to say, well, I've got my own 5-card diamond suit, but I don't fit with you in spades. And the bidding's going to go pass by south, pass by west, and pass by north. And that should be the final contract. 2 diamonds, everybody. I would play in 2 diamonds. I'm not bidding anymore. I'm in and I'm out. That Queen Jack of clubs is worth 0, everyone. That Jack of spades singleton doesn't look worth anything either. Some of you might have bid 1 no trump, and then you would have played in 1 no trump. Others might have bid 2 diamonds to play in 2 diamonds. Are there any questions on this bidding, please? Any questions?
Can you repeat that, Linda, please? Because I think we passed out. We didn't play this hand.
Okay, well, I always use the rule of 15 in the 4th seat. When I'm in the 4th seat, I add up my high card points, which is 10, plus the number of spades in my hand, which is 5. If it adds up to 15, I will open the auction. But if it doesn't add up to 15, I'm passing out the whole hand.
Okay.
Spades is the anchor suit. That is why we call it the rule of 15, and that is why we know all about spades. If you open up any other suit, they'll come in and compete against you in spades, and you've opened it up for them. That is why we don't always bid in the 4th seat. But this one you would bid. Okay?
Okay, thank you.
It's called the rule of 15, Pearson points. So now you've got to find a lead. And we're in a suit contract. And now we don't lead away from aces in suit contracts. If they're playing in 2 diamonds, we can't lead spades. What are we going to lead from? It makes it very hard. The only thing that can happen is if they do decide to lead and you're playing in 2 diamonds, I don't lead away from aces in suit contracts. Some people do. I don't. I know it's an unbid suit. I would rather lead away from the club than from the heart. So that's my style. I wouldn't know what else to lead on this hand. I might lead the 2 of spades and not lead from my clubs and not lead from my diamonds and not lead from my hearts. That is entirely up to you. I think the safest is to lead a spade because they are rated to have the minus. When they have bid 2 diamonds, they're rated to have the minus. So I'm not keen to do that.
Even
It's
though
all
that
up
was a
to
big
you.
suit, Linda?
Yeah. What did you want to know?
Even though that was a bid suit, you would,
Well, I don't want to lead away from an ace queen. I won't ever do that, ever, in bridge, in a suit contract. And I don't want to lead a trump. My other choice is the 7 of clubs. I don't mind the 7 of clubs. That is up to you, but they've denied a spade fit. So that's the only reason why I'd lead the 2 of spades. What did everybody lead on this hand? Can everyone just type it in the chat? I'd like to know what happened on this hand. What did everybody lead? I'm looking in the chat. Can anyone tell me what the contract was? That would even be better. No one can tell me the contract.
We did 2
passed out.
diamonds. 2
Huh?
diamonds. We ended up in 2 diamonds.
Good.
Yeah, but I don't remember the lead.
Oh, you don't?
I
Okay.
know.
All right. Well, I don't lead away from aces in suit
I
contracts.
think it was a diamond lead. I think it was
Okay.
trump.
All right. Well, that just helped partner to find the jack. That's all. Because they got to look for 2 diamond tricks. It's not. I hate to lead with. I don't lead a diamond with jack third. It picks up a whole free finesse. If I had 3 babies, I would, but not with jack. If partner's got the queen, you've picked up the whole suit. If they've got the ace, you picked up the jack. I don't want to lead a diamond. So my choice is the 7 of clubs or the 2 of spades. They've got to look for the diamond. So looking at the diamond suit, they've got no spade losers. They've got to finesse the club. And they may have 3 heart losers, but we're not sure what they're going to do. So if we lead a spade and they take the ace, okay, and they drop the jack, you've got to look for that jack of diamonds. And you've got to take a finesse. Well, before you look for the jack of diamonds, when I'm holding the ace and the 10 and the queen and the jack, I'm playing a club at trick 2. I can always ruff a club if I have to, but you don't have to. Try the queen. And they take the king. And now what are you going to play? What are you going to play? Well, they drop the jack. Well, you could play the 10. You know that that's not going to win. That jack looks like a singleton. You've got the 10. If you didn't have the 10, you know it's a single. You wouldn't know it's a singleton. So I would just continue the spade. And your trumpet. Okay, and now what are we going to do now? You want to get rid of some hearts. So you're going to play a club to the jack. It's a trick. And now you need to get back to your hand to discard your hearts. So you might ruff another spade. So let's try another spade. I'm scared to draw trumps. I don't know where everything is located. Okay, I'm looking at these terrible heart losers. Now I'm going to take my ace of clubs. And I'm going to throw away a heart. At least I got rid of 1 loser. Now I'm going to play the 10 of clubs. And if I play the 10 of clubs, if they don't ruff it, I'm discarding another heart, which is not what you want me to do you? So you may ruff it to stop me getting that extra discard. You should. You shouldn't let me get that heart discard. You shouldn't. So if they ruff it, okay, you're over ruffing. Okay. All right, so now we've got to look for the hearts. And you don't want to draw trumps because you want to know that you can ruff a heart. So let's play a heart and hope. Let's hope. Strange they never let a heart, right? You've got to put up the king. It's all to nothing. And they're going to play the queen of hearts. They're not going to mess around on this hand. And now there should come a trump to stop them from ruffing. So the right play is the 5 of diamonds. And if they play low, take the ace. Come back a trump because you've got the best spade and the best heart. Okay. And now when they play back a spade, you're going to lose a heart trick. And they've got the best heart. And that's how we're going to play the hand. And you're making it that way. Are there any questions, everybody? Any questions? None. Okay. Right. I'm ready for questions on all other hands.
Linda, you know, I'm trying to practice, and so I'm looking at you know, when you have a when you're the declare, and then you look at your losers and your winners in no trump. I mean, your winners in no trump. So when a person does that, does it give you a good idea of how to, like, what you have to finesse? Is that the reason for it? Is it so, you know, when you start to play, you know exactly what you have to do. You have to finesse
Before you play.
before you play.
Before you play, you've
Yeah.
got to look at your losers and decide how you're going to eliminate these losers.
Yeah.
And that is what I've just written up a program for April, and my whole of April, okay, is going to be exactly what you have just mentioned now. I can't believe it. I did it last night.
Oh, really?
I did. And I don't know if they're going to change it. I don't think so. But this was my suggestion, that I was going to do half of April on the play of the hand in a suit contract. Good trumps, bad trumps, cross ruff, no cross ruff, all kinds of stuff in suits. And then the other part of it, of April, we're going to learn on how to play on a no trump contract. And that's exactly what you're asking me
Yes.
about suit contracts. How do we know what to do? Do we need to do a finesse? Do we need to do this or that? And that's what I'm doing. That's what my suggestion was. I sent it in last night. So we'll have a look. I think it should be terrific. I've got some really nice hands to demo and show you and how to simplify your thinking when it comes to playing out a suit contract. I want you to be able to feel so comfortable that the minute dummy hits the table, that you will be able to work out exactly how to look at a hand. And that's what I want to do in April. So I hope a lot of you are going to come.
Oh, yes, I certainly will. But, you know, I did that tonight. I've been practicing just because of the ACBL magazine. There was an article in there by Mr. Parrish about practicing. And he said, like, just think about one thing. And so I thought, yeah, that's a really good idea. So when I was doing the counts, you're right, because it's confidence. And then I had made a bid, and I knew I was going to get it because I counted out my, I guess I counted out my losers. So I knew that ultimately I would win, and I just thought it was a pretty good way to, you know, have more confidence.
Well,
Thank
anyway,
you.
look, I'm just waiting to hear from Bronya. She's doing everything, and Lynn, and they'll let me know if they're happy with what my suggestions are. But that's my suggestion, and I hope they go through with it. And then I'm already preparing lovely hands to try and simplify your thinking, the logical way to look at the hands, and that you will be able to handle anything in a suit contract and a no trump. And I think that will really clear things up a lot. It really will. And that's my main aim. Okay, I wanted to clear that up because it's very hard. Here I don't know how to play the diamonds. And I've got work to do. I don't want to ruff with long trumps for nothing. You know I don't. I want to get rid of my losers from where the short trumps are in the dummy. So that's very important that we do that. But there are lots of hands you can't always draw trumps. You've got to look at the losers, slow losers, fast losers, and listen to the bidding. And do we cross ruff? Maybe cross ruff. I don't know. Anyway, are there any other hands tonight that you fancy that I can go over with you? Somebody said to me, you both had 6 cards in the first hand that we did. Yes, we
yes.
both had 6 cards, but there's a big difference. The one was 7 cards and the other was 6 cards opposite of void. 6 opposite of void is not very healthy, but 7 cards is far better if they're void than 6 cards. And that's why we had to play in that 7-card club suit.
Even though it was a minor.
Even though it was a minor and even though it was 1 level higher. I said to you, if you had a singleton spade, please do not bid your own suit. Leave partner in a 6-1 fit. But when you void, you have to take it out. Okay?
Linda,
Any
can you
other
go over
hand?
hand one? Hand one?
That was hand number 2. We discussed
And-
it on hand number
No,
2.
hand number 1?
You want to talk about hand number 1?
Yes,
Sure.
please.
Let's go to hand number 1. You want the bidding?
Yes, please.
Or and the play, or just the bidding?
No, just the bidding, because it was a very strange bid.
Okay, let's look at it. I don't know the hands at all. I'm looking at hand number 1. All right, I don't know it, but let's talk about the bidding. 8 and 3, 11, 12, 13. You're going to open this hand 1 diamond, the higher of 2 4-card minors. Don't forget, when you have 4-4, higher 1 first, everyone. Pass by east. 1 heart by south. High 5 cards suits first. Pass by west. Now this is where you've got to not bid a second suit. This is called a no trump shape, everyone. A 4-4-3-2 is called a no trump shape. You must rebid 1 no trump. Now 1 no trump is a point count. You're not to bid clubs. You're balanced. If this hand was 15, 17, you would have opened 1 no trump. Therefore, your rebid is 1 no trump. 12 to 14. Okay? Pass. Now, we know you've denied 4 spades. Because if you had 4 spades, you would have bid 1 spade over 1 heart. But we're not sure whether we have a 5-3 heart fit. So there's a thing called new minor. Now, I don't know how many people have played new minor. But if you do play new minor, and I have done it in the past, we would bid 2 clubs, which becomes forcing. The other minor, it has nothing to do with clubs, everybody. It's called the new minor, the other minor. And it asks a question. It says, partner, do you have 3 hearts with me? And you will now bid 2 no trump and say, no, I don't have 3 hearts with you. And then you will now bid 3 no trump. And that should be the right contract, because you have an opening hand opposite an opening hand. And now you want to play in 3 no trump on this hand. That should be the correct bidding. We want to look for that 5-3 heart fit. Are there any questions on this hand?
So our partners, they bid 1 heart natural.
Yes, I did too. 1 diamond, 1 heart.
Yeah, but that was the contract, 1 heart natural.
How can that pass a new suit?
I don't know. It was really strange. And
It's
so
not allowed to be passed. A new suit can never be passed by responder, ever. Partner can have up to 21 points. And we've got 2 opening hands opposite each other. We should be in 3 no trump. There is no discussion. The contract is 3 no trump.
So what does 1 heart natural mean?
4-card suit, 6 points up.
Okay.
Unlimited. 4-card suit, 6 points up. Unlimited. Not allowed to pass a new suit by responder ever in bridge.
Okay.
Okay. Someone asked me about hand number 10. You make 3 no trump, by the way. 3 no trump's a pretty good contract.
Mhm.
Somebody wants number 10.
Yeah, I had asked for number 10.
And
If-
someone else asked me for it earlier before
Yeah.
you. Oh, yeah. Are you the same person that asked me?
No, another person also did.
Oh, okay. All right. So let's look at this hand.
Mhm.
We have 14 points. We're going to open 1 diamond by east. We cannot double. We cannot bid because we have diamonds and no hearts. So we've got to learn to pass these hands. All right. Over 1 diamond, it's going to go 1 heart by west, up the bidding ladder. Pass by north. And now looking at this hand, with Jack Doubleton, if it wasn't the Jack, I might have bid 2 hearts, but having the Jack, I'm going to rebid 1 no trump. 12 to 14 points. And it's going to go now on this, now we haven't found a fit yet, you know.
Mhm.
A lot of South people may come in now with a double for the other 2 suits, but we haven't found a fit. We should never get busy. When we don't fit, we must get out. It's only when they fit that we balance. And the bidding's going to die in 1 no trump.
Okay.
And that should be the final contract.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah, my partner went to 2 hearts, so yeah. we
I would
didn't
have
win.
bid 2 hearts if I didn't have a Jack Doubleton. A Jack Doubleton may
Yeah.
be a stopper. Partner might have Queen third, and that's why I would rather bid the no trump to show 12 to 14. 2 hearts is not a train smash. Nothing wrong with it except you got a bad heartbreak.
Yeah.
But I can't say 2 hearts is wrong.
Oh, good.
It's not my style. Some people do that. You're welcome to do it. I don't say it's wrong. Because you're looking at a Doubleton club, some people do that.
Yeah.
But I prefer the no trump. 5, 3, 3, 2
Yeah.
to me is a no trump shape. And we
Okay.
should be playing in no trump.
All right.
Okay? Any other questions? I'm looking. Any more hands that you want to ask me? No. Okay. Well, everybody's happy. So I hope you all have a great weekend. Next week is Tuesday. And have a good weekend, everyone. And we'll have more interesting hands.
Thank you.
Thank you, Linda. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.